What to do in Sacramento, California. Although it is often overlooked in favor of Los Angeles or San Francisco, California's capital city of Sacramento is certainly well worth visiting. Besides being home to the sparkling state capital, it boasts lots of interesting and important historic sites, museums, and monuments, and it has a large and well-preserved old town area for visitors to explore. 10. Sacramento Zoo. Right next door to Fairytale Town you can find the magnificent Sacramento Zoo, which is home to a staggering array of animals, exhibits, and aviaries. Located just 5 minutes drive south of the city center, it makes for a great day out as it has lots of awesome things for you to see and do. What started out in 1927 as a small zoo with just 40 animals has since morphed into a massive menagerie of more than 500 animals, both big and small, from all corners of the globe. As such, guests can expect to see everything from red pandas and zebra to tigers, jaguars, and giraffes in its spacious enclosures that replicate their natural habitats. 9. Leland Stanford Mansion State Historic Park. One of the city's most beautiful buildings, the stunning Leland Stanford Mansion is now protected as part of a state historic park. Set in the heart of downtown, it lies not far from the state capitol building and often acts as an official reception center for the Californian government when foreign dignitaries are in town. Built in 1856 during the Californian Gold Rush, the massive and majestic mansion showcases some striking Second Empire-style architecture and lies among some immaculately manicured grounds and gardens. Recently restored, its elegant interior is just as tastefully decorated with exquisite artworks, period pieces, and fine furnishings on show. 8. California State Fair. An extraordinary event like no other, the California State Fair welcomes millions of visitors each year. Come to enjoy its enticing array of attractions, exhibits, and live entertainment. Held over the course of 17 action-packed days, it showcases the best of California's agriculture and industries with concerts, competitions and carnivals all taking place. Since its first edition in 1854, the annual fair has been one of the most popular and well-attended events in the state, and it is easy to see why. 7. Cathedral of the Blessed Sacrament. Set just a stone's throw from the state capitol building is one of Sacramento's most important and impressive landmarks, the Cathedral of the Blessed Sacrament. Besides exhibiting some exceptional architecture, it has a lovely light-filled interior for you to enjoy, which is decked with fine religious artworks, murals, and mosaics. One of the largest cathedrals west of the Mississippi River, its central bell tower rises 66 meters up into the sky with a fabulous facade adorning its entrance. In addition, it also sports a massive dome with beautiful stained glass windows lining its walls. 6. Crocker Art Museum. Home to an astounding array of artworks and exhibitions, the excellent Crocker Art Museum can be found just a short stroll to the southwest of the center. Housed in a grand Victorian-era mansion, its huge collection contains everything from ceramics and sculptures to paintings, photos and prints. The oldest art museum west of the Mississippi River, it was founded in 1885 and is named after the wealthy local businessman and lawyer who first began assembling the collection. Nowadays, it has over 15,000 artworks on display, with some sections focusing on contemporary Californian artists and others on African, Asian and oceanic art. 5. American River Bicycle Trail. When in town, a wonderful way to see some of the city's scenic surroundings is to take a peaceful and picturesque cycle ride along the American River Bicycle Trail. Stretching over 50 kilometers in length, the paved pathway is very popular with locals and tourists alike as it takes you past some simply spellbinding scenery and nature. 4. Sutters Fort State Historic Park. Now surrounded by the city, Sutters Fort is the site of what was once the first European outpost to be established in California. Protected as part of a state historic park, it makes for a very interesting place to visit with its artifacts and exhibits exploring the infamous Gold Rush period. Named after Johann August Sutter, the German-Swiss immigrant and agriculturalist who built the fort, it was erected out of adobe in 1841. Now wonderfully well restored, the two-story structure is fascinating to explore with old antiques and informative displays coating its interior. 3. California State Railroad Museum. Another must-visit place for people interested in learning more about the history of both the city and the state is the superb California State Railroad Museum. Located on the northern edge of Old Sacramento, its excellent exhibits and vintage locomotives look at the massive impact railroads had on American society. Founded in 1976, the museum now has over 20 restored railroad cars and trains for visitors to explore, with innumerable artifacts and old equipment pieces also on show. 2. Old Sacramento. Full of beautiful historic buildings, interesting museums, and bustling businesses, Old Sacramento really is a treat to explore. Covering a huge part of the city center, the lively historic district and its wealth of attractions take you back to the days when Sacramento was a thriving riverfront pioneer town. Impressively home to the largest concentration of historic buildings and landmarks in the state, the area has a lovely Old West look and feel with horse-drawn stagecoaches slowly makes their way along its scenic streets. 1. California's state capital. Standing out delightfully against the lush green grounds around it is the California State Capitol, the city's standout symbol and site. Now recognized as a National Historic Landmark, the brilliantly bright white building showcases some exquisite architecture with its lofty dome towering above a pretty portico and fine Corinthian columns. Aside from touring around the building and visiting its magnificent museum, it is also well worth exploring the surrounding gardens which are home to lots of important and impressive monuments and memorials.